Hi, gamer family. I know I said I'd wear more hats, but the only other hat I actually have says the name of my employment. So I was like, I either wear the Waluigi hat again, or I don't wear a hat. I decided I don't have hat hair yet, so I'm not going to wear a hat. Once I put on the hat, though, I'm going to have hat hair and won't be able to take it off again, and that jazz. My internet's also out. Now, Seth is here. Say hi.
I
It's called a personal hotspot. Should not show that. I'm actually gonna Alex and editing blur that because it shows my password. Thank you. Mission. This is. Oh, Seth. There may be a little bit of a trials and tribulation because my Wi-Fi is back, which means I'm gonna switch to it, which may kick you. Well, kick me. Kick something. Kick. Am I still there, Seth?
Yeah.
Ah, cool. Still able to see my screen then, too, since you can hear me. Well, I'm on actual internet now, and not on a hotspot.
Following the Alliance's defeat, the Black Eagle Strike Force prepares to invade the kingdom. But the kingdom's new allies, the Knights of Seiros, begin to make an advance of their own. After appearing in Aelel, the Valley of Torment, and following the border south, the Knights of Seiros openly march to recapture the Monastery at Garreg Mach.
Good for them. I guess. I don't know. Or care. Yeah. Anyway, schmucks, let's go.
North. Their flag bears the symbol of the Knights of Seiros. One of our troops has already intercepted them. Your Majesty, please give us your orders.
From the north? Interesting. Could it be they journeyed through Aelel, the Valley of Torment? Is the Archbishop among the enemy ranks? If so, focus our attacks on her first.
Understood.
Our enemy knows Garreg Mach inside and out. They can come and go as they please. It would have been best if we had detected them sooner, but that can't be helped. Professor, we must hurry and intercept them ourselves. I'll leave the preparations to you.
Huh. The battle looks to be rather cumbersome. We are still guarding all of Garreg Mach, but there are undoubtedly numerous secret passages and magic traps. There is still much about this place that we do not know. It is quite possible they will attack from a location we cannot anticipate.
I must head out
in
first
my
to get
tummy.
my orders. I'll meet up with you soon.
Let's
Call
not
for
say
General
that actually on
Randolph and
second
General
thought.
Ladislava. Hurry.
Anyways, I do have stuff I
Feels
want to
like
talk
only
about
yesterday
YouTube,
we
so
called
we'll
this
do that
place
soon.
our home. We must show these fools the error of their ways. They shall pay for the sin of invading Garreg Mach.
Oh, but the professor is fighting alongside our foe. The same one who saved my life.
That is true. Though I find forgiveness difficult, we do owe that wayward soul a debt. However, the fact remains that because of the professor, Rhea has long been tormented. To think that the vessel of the goddess, entrusted with the sword of the creator, could go on to... it angers me to even think of it. All that has happened has changed Rhea. I imagine it has changed the professor as well. Even if we prevail, I doubt that the church can ever fully return to the way it once was.
Brother?
Dear Flame, I only brought you with me because you were so insistent. Still, no matter what happens, you must not go near the front lines. If something were to happen to you, it would utterly destroy me. You are my reason for breathing. Do you understand?
I understand. If something were to happen to you, it would break my heart. I could not go on either. I cannot help but wonder if there is a way to end this without fighting the professor.
So, by the way, YouTube, first of all, PSA, if you want to do the Leonie Linhart Paralog. You cannot kill those two, and Edelgard and Hubert also cannot be deployed in that map. That's a PSA. A second, if you haven't noticed, we're going to slowly be recruiting more and more people every route. So Golden Deer, for instance, I'm not going to be recruiting any Blue Lions, I don't think. Besides, I mean, Shamir's not Blue Lion, but I'll probably be recruiting her because of her supports with Claude and Petra. I'll be recruiting Petra, Ferdinand, and Linhart. That's not including church people I'll be using. So yeah. Are you so excited to be on the Garrick Mock map again? I'm so excited to be on this same map again, YouTube. Well, is this the 4th time now?
Our surprise attack on Garrick Mock was a success. Now we just need to break through past this point.
Lady Rhea and Catherine are holding back most
I don't want to have to kill Alois.
Thereby leaving us, the expeditionary force, free to recapture the monastery.
Our enemies have followed us even here. How unfortunate.
Your Majesty, the enemy's movement is suspicious. They may have some tactic in mind.
If so, then let's face them without delay. Form defensive lines and hold them to the death. Strike down all who approach.
Their troop composition is also strange. I would bet that they are concealing additional soldiers.
Gamer, is this a route map? All commanders. No! You bing bong dingus!
For the Empire!
I didn't want to have to hurt you, Alois. I mean, I didn't really want to kill Shamir a ton either, but...
How much of this can you take? It doesn't matter. We will be reclaiming Garrick Mock.
I wonder who replaces Shamir if you end up recruiting her.
I knew it. Shouldn't have let emotion get in the way.
Shamir, no! I will avenge you.
More fighting.
I'll cut through.
Rest in pieces.
Ready for anything.
Anyways, 3 Hopes. Why is the 3 Hopes story better than this one? Well, if I were to rank all the stories in the between the Fodlan games, if I were to rank all
What's my
7,
strategy?
best to worst would be Azure Moon from this game, Scarlet Blaze, Golden Wildfire. I know Golden Wildfire has its issues. I know that, YouTube. Don't worry. I do know that. It has many issues, but I still overall like it so much more than Verdant Wind. Speaking of which, Verdant Wind, Silver Snow, and then the bottom of the barrel.
Sunshine.
The worst story in all of Fodlan. Azure Gleam. It's poetry.
Oh, thank
Dimitri has the best and the worst storyline between the Fodlan games. Of course, he has the best and the worst one. It's poetry. It rhymes. Hashtag Star Wars moment.
You fiend, bearing ill will against the goddess. This place will be your grave.
Now, it's worth noting, on my replay, I only now just beat Chapter 9
I did it.
on Scarlet
I
Blaze.
protected the monastery.
So a lot of what I have to say is either going to be based off me rereading a summary last recording session, and based on what I've played so far, and of memory.
Our enemy's plan is in ruins. Still, we must tread carefully.
I just love
Our
right
plan's
away.
been thwarted. No point in attempting to remain hidden. All troops forward. Retake Garrick Mock.
I just love how right off the bat, Edelgard's like, okay, let
I do
us
this
do
for
things a
all of
little
us.
bit differently to make sure that life ends up being the best for everyone. Immediately tries ousting those who slip in the dark. I love that. And I love Shez as a protagonist. I hate Arvel. I think Arvel's existence in the story brings it down as Arvel literally, in my opinion, Arvel serves no purpose.
Understood.
And the story would be, again, essentially better off without Arvel, as I really just don't think Arvel does anything to help. But I do like Shez a lot. And I think they added an interesting dynamic, being a protagonist that actually talks. Whoa, that's crazy. Imagine having an avatar that can actually talk. It's crazy. A hashtag Byleth moment. But I just really love how it focuses on the Empire a lot more on like what Edelgard's plan really is, or like how there's a huge focus of we have to get all the nobles to be on our side because we can't create the new world if we can't. Frick!
The enemy is
Understood.
Anyways.
I do this for all of us.
I'll cut a bloody path.
I was saying, I really like how it shows just a lot more of just Edelgard and oh my fucking god, where did you fucking come from?
All that I'd hoped.
Go fuck yourself, game.
The enemy is transporting large quantities of flammable. They clearly
I do not give a shit. Hugo.
For the Empire.
Flippin' kill you, Seth.
Trespassing on holy ground is a grave sin indeed. You must atone for it with your life. I'm sorry, Flame. I couldn't protect you.
I'll cut through.
Understood.
Okay, I actually do know where that sword guy came from. I just cannot move Yuritsa from there. There we go. Constance is safe. Which means Dorothy is my only actual worry.
I'll cut a bloody path.
But I just love... I also love how I just love the consequences of having to fight the Agarthans for the story, and I just think that makes it a lot more interesting. Ferdinand is also great in it with having to, like, fight his father. So it's much better than this. Now, I don't remember Verdant, whatever it's called. Not Verdant, Golden Wildfire very much. I know people hate it. But I just find Claude so useless in the main story that even if he's a little... He's definitely Edelgardified a bit, if that makes sense. In Three Hopes, they definitely make him a little bit more like Edelgard. But at least to me, it makes him infinitely more interesting. Boom. So yeah.
Not bad.
Crimson Flowers, okay. It just seems, it's just boring to me. I just think everything about this route is boring and safe, and I just don't like it. And I hate how just Edelgard just isn't winning without Byleth in this route. Even though with Byleth out of the play in the other routes, Edelgard's doing amazing. But all of a sudden in her own route, she can't fight the war on her own? Like, Come on. I don't like Crimson Flower Edelgard that much. I find her over-reliance on Byleth unfortunate because literally no other version of the character is so reliant on Byleth. I particularly love how Edelgard is written in Scarlet Blaze in Three Hopes. I think that is the best writing that Edelgard gets in the Fodlan games. And I also just like how she's written in literally every other route in this game better.
More fighting.
Because again, I just find how, like, she just seems so much more reliant on Byleth compared to literally any other route. Especially Silver Snow. Silver Snow and Azure Moon are probably where I think Edelgard's written the best. Silver Snow in particular, since the first half of the game, she's your lord. She's the lord in the first half of the game. And then the second half, she ain't. And I just think that makes, again, Silver Snow Edelgard really interesting. And I just love how Edelgard is written in Azure Moon. I think she was written top tier.
You fiend.
Now you die.
Jumped.
Our enemy's plan is that we fought them off. We've repelled the principal force of the Knights and defended Garreg Mach.
What about Flame?
Hubert, I require a damage report at once.
Okay, I didn't think it was going to end that
Yes, Your
turn.
Majesty. We will have to make inquiries about the status of the main army.
Indeed. After all, it seems they had Rhea and Catherine fighting on their side.
Pog. Off camera, I'm going to try to promote everyone. I'm going to keep it off camera.
I am
'Cause who
afraid I
cares?
must report that we lost Seth and Flame. We were able to make a clean sweep of those who came to attack us. The unit that invaded the monastery has been completely driven away. A bitter disappointment. I fear we can do nothing but retreat for now.
Seth. Flame. First my mother, and now those two have been stolen away as well? Must you take everything from me?
Lady Rhea.
No amount of repentance will bring your wretched soul salvation. You will be chained to the Valley of Torment, eternally walk the desert until the skin rots from your bones. I will ensure that you pay for your sins, Professor! In the name of the Nabitans, I swear it!
Edelgard, Your Majesty, I am so sorry.
Silence. We must tend to your wounds.
It will do no good. I can't
Bruh.
be saved.
Randolph dies in literally every single...
Slava has also passed. The enemy has withdrawn. You are safe now.
What is the point?
Understood. Good work.
Rudolph literally dies in everything.
Another
In the both
loss on
Dimitri
my
route,
watch.
between the both Fodlan games,
More
you
blood
kill him
wets
in
my
both
feet. They grow heavier with each
Dimitri
step.
routes. In
Remorse,
Verdant Wind,
resentment,
you just fight him.
despair.
In Golden Wildfire,
Disposed with
Claude
all such things to come
sacrifices
this far.
him,
And we must
which I know is a very unpopular opinion. I
Hubert,
will have to replay to
tell me the
remember that.
status of the enemy.
You kill him in
The
Silver
battle has
Snow.
ended in a draw with severe injuries on both sides.
he just
Some known commanders
freaking
have been
dies
slain.
here for no
With
reason.
the death of Alois,
And
the Knights of
he
Seiros have
can
taken a
he
huge
can
blow as
live in
well.
Scarlet Blaze.
Garrick Mach
It
has not
depends
taken
if
much
you
damage,
recruit Byleth or
and
not.
so
If you
it would
recruit
not be out of
Byleth
line
in
to claim it
Scarlet
as a
Blaze,
victory for
Rudolph
us.
will not die.
Yes.
But if you kill Geralt in
We'll call
Scarlet
that a
Blaze,
victory.
Byleth will go
Although,
yeetity
I'm
yeet
sure they
yeet
will say
yeet
the same.
him.
Yes, Your Majesty.
The character literally only exists to die.
What a terrible opponent that was! Why is the church always like this? How am I supposed to train for that? It was way too scary.
When I saw the enemy enter Garrick Mach, I prepared myself mentally for death. I thought it would be a fine time to die, but I suppose it wasn't quite the time after all.
Our luck was good to have grabbed victory. The church has great strength. We must not have grief, but must keep fighting. Can we be fighting now?
This was certainly a momentous victory. We lost a lot, but we also gained a lot. Certain lords in the kingdom have examined the situation again and decided to join our cause, changing their fealty based on just one battle. They are all a disgrace to the nobility.
Today, our enemy held many faces I knew well. If we must fight to the death with that kind of opponent, what will become of this world?
There's no stopping me. I'm ready to go strike the kingdom here and now. Everyone must see that we can easily unite Fodlan, don't you think?
Excellent job, everyone. The battle is over now. While we have sustained heavy losses, our foe has suffered far more.
Although not exactly as planned, a win is a win. It may be safe to say that there will be no more obstacles on our way to the next battle.
We will break through the Tailtean Plains and then set course for Ferdiad, the kingdom
The
capital.
Tailtean Plains
The
map is
final
probably my
chapter of
favorite
our
in
fight
this
for
game.
the
Maybe
kingdom
a
and the church is close
which
at
may
hand.
seem odd because it's like you don't like this game's map design for the most part, yet you like a plains map. Yeah. So what? If it almost feels like a Fire Emblem 4 map a bit, but I guess we'll talk about that there. Who knows? Maybe my memories are just playing tricks on me.
Part 2. Crimson Flower. Lone Moon. Lady of Deceit. After a narrow victory over the Knights of Seiros at Garrick Mach, the Black Eagle Strike Force hopes to secure a route to Ferdiad, the kingdom capital.
Pog.
The time has finally come to invade the kingdom capital. Or so I declared. In truth, we'll be advancing to a different location. Only you and the rest of the Black Eagle Strike Force can know. Please bear that in mind.
Seems you've already anticipated our intentions, Professor. Well done. Before Ferdiad, we must take Aryan Road, which lies near the border between the Empire and the Kingdom. As a city on the boundary of the two territories, it must be taken at once.
There are many mages within Aryan Road. We will also face Cornelia, a general of the kingdom. We must also contend with Rodrigue, the head of House Fraldarius, as well as his troops.
I'm
Once we
sorry.
defeat
I'm
them,
sorry. I'm
Aryan
sorry.
Road will be ours.
Why is Rodrigue in Aryan Road and not in his own territory? Anyways.
I hear Cornelia has a suspicious magic weapon at her disposal.
Viscum?
We must attack before the enemy can respond with defensive measures. That is why we are preparing an assault before even our allies are aware. Even within our ranks, there is no way to know with certainty that there is not a rat among us who would leak such information.
When Aryan Road falls, we'll focus on striking Ferdiad from both the south and the east. The deeper we carve our way into kingdom and church territory, the more favorable our position. As ever, I'm counting on you, my teacher.
No, I will not participate in a hymn. That seems awfully pro Church of Saros, so I'm not about that. Oh, gamer.
Challenge begets victory.
I actually did want to earn that class because of the battles, so. Anyways, we're going to take a little cut to Runo here, YouTube. And we'll be back for the next chapter. Pog! Well, folks, I forgot to do the reclassing again. And I was just going to do it before I started camera rolling, but I got cucked by story.
The Imperial army that departed from Garreg Mach en route to the capital now appears to be marching here.
What did you just say?
The speed of the army's movement quickens. They will be here to invade within days. I just sent some of my troops to support the capital. It is likely to be a fierce fight.
How could this be? I have not heard a thing about... Oh, I understand now. I am the target.
You? Are you sure they do not mean to take Aryan Road for strategic reasons?
It would appear so from the outside. However, the circumstances are not that simple.
Maple, what are you doing?
And will you calm yourself? It will not be a fierce fight whatsoever. The sweet children I have prepared will protect Aryan Road well.
Cornelia.
Aryan Road is a fortress city that was built about 400 years ago. Originally a base on the front lines of the battle against the kingdom, it was built using Imperial money and technology.
However, the head of House Rowe secretly planned to betray the Empire. As the fortress neared completion, it was rebuilt as a base to defend against the Empire. When the fortress was completed, House Rowe declared its vassalage to the kingdom.
Since then, Aryan Road has never fallen. Not once. The beautiful white walls that protected against its enemies have earned it the nickname, the Silver Maiden. In the end, that is all it is to the Empire. The Silver Maiden stands as a bitter memory.
We will now be destroying that memory. The past is the past. Now is now.
A fortress that has never fallen. I can't wait to make it fall.
How savage of you. And yet, I must say I agree with the sentiment. Let us take the sturdy Aryan Road.
Maple, what are you
our
eating?
March against the kingdom.
Maple, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Perfect.
Don't look at me like that,
Unfortunately, it
Maple.
will soon no longer be invincible. The Silver Maiden's iron skin is about to be damaged. It's sad, really.
Is it silver or iron? Use your language with clarity, please.
Really, Lynn, there must be a better way to say that. Since we are attacking a heavily guarded place, we
Maple.
must take extra care to prevent allies from getting injured.
Thank you, everyone. I'm counting on all of you. Now, let's resume our advance.
This battle is for the future of Fodlan.
Hey, Maple. Maple's stupid. I'm calling her so I can pet her, but she's just looking at me guiltily. With guilt. I'm not trying to yell at you for eating something, Maple. I mean, you're eating something, and that is a little sus. But I want to pet you, dang it. Okay. Let's see if I finally gonna get people promoted. Because I have tried so many times. Oh, thank goodness. Finally. Finally. Also, I'm seeing of it. Petra, you are the one unit who's not going to be a mounted unit. Or have the Crest of Aubin. I mean, not the Crest of Aubin, the thingy. There. And since I have another pair of boots things, I'll give those to Edelgard just because Edelgard is a Chad. Let's save. Well, that was one unit that finally promoted. So you just casually can't? That's funny. Okay. Okay.
I passed.
Okay, let's keep going. You already are, yeah? Yeah. Petra! You have a 92. Hey! Oh. I didn't think she passed because she wasn't wearing the outfit. I actually don't know what the outfit looks like. Because I made her just use her time skip outfit. I'll actually have to check. Okay, this leaves you, bucko boy. Is that all of them?
Easy.
No, I think Constance. Yeah, I forgot about Constance because she's already on a horse. And it's 100%. Oh my. Finally! Everyone, except for Ferdinand, has either a master class or a personal class. Finally. Oh my. And everyone's at minimum level 36 as well. Epic Gamer. The next monastery is actually the last monastery of this route, which means if whatever supports we don't finish this video, we will do it at the beginning of next video instead of the end, because I won't be able to do them at the end.
Edelgard launches a raid on the fortress city of Arianrode, which occupies a key position on the border. At Arianrode, a mage serving House Blathed, named Cornelia, and the head of House Fraldarius, Rodrigue, strengthen their defenses.
I'm petting Maple. She decided to sit at my feet. Well, not sit. Lay at my feet. Sleep. So I had to pet her for that. Because it's so cute. I love cute puppies. I love cute puppies. Copper may be like 6 years old or whatever, but she's a cute puppy in my heart. I wasn't calling you, I was saying your name. Do not get up. Where are... There you are, Rodrigue. Because I gotta have Felix kill you for the memes. Okay, I gotta two-turn this. I gotta use turn 1 to prep my epic gamer warp pog moment. How many units? 11? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Those are the right ones equipped. Looks like it split my army. All enemy commanders. Is there a third?
How could they deceive me and close in on Arianrode? But it's not like I'm just going to stand by and watch. I will slaughter them all.
That face.
So this is the Silver Maiden. Seeing it with my own eyes, I finally understand its strength. Especially the fact that its strength is distributed across its frontal defenses. We'll attack the front and keep our enemy occupied.
Good thing you
while
can
the
fly,
others enter by the
Edelgard.
east gate.
Yep. That's what I thought. Anyways.
Tightness, my lovely dolls. Seek out the enemy and destroy them.
I'm gonna say something I don't say often, YouTube. I was wrong. What was I wrong about? I was a little bit of a bully to this game's soundtrack during my Engage Let's Play.
I wouldn't mind being rid of those unsightly kingdom forces, too.
Are those Cornelia's magical weapons? Impressive.
And while I'll still stand by that this game's soundtrack's not as good as everybody non-stop claims it is a damn good soundtrack.
I'll cut through.
Me no deny that fact. Ah, yep, there's a third enemy commander, some random schmuck. That random schmuck here, this would be Felix if I didn't have him recruited in my army.
Ooh.
Sunshine.
Oh, Ashy, important question. Do you still have warp? You only have 1 warp. That was a risk I knew when I put him into this class. Okay. This is one of the main reasons I recruited Felix. Because I love this dialogue.
Foolish son. You took it upon yourself to leave your family behind.
I'm not coming back. I won't serve the boar.
It's a father's duty to settle his child's failures. Felix, you must die here and now. So this is it. Your Majesty, please bring us victory.
I thought there was more dialogue. It must be in the monastery where there's more dialogue.
Understood.
I'll actually have to talk to him in the monastery.
More fighting.
I know, right? Actually talk to someone in the monastery? That's wickedy wild. I like never do that. Fake Felix is still alive.
Cut a bloody path.
Fake Felix is now dead.
There is...
And real Felix,
What's my strategy?
sorry for making you feel, crap. Patricide? Patricide is father, right? I do not even know. Cool. And as long as there isn't a surprise enemy commander that I don't know about, I have 1.
We all choose
Oh,
our paths.
mother
I've chosen
fricker!
mine.
There is a surprise commander I didn't know
To the
about.
death.
I didn't know about
Traps
you.
awaiting us inside the cap, but with such large-scale
I didn't mean to
traps,
go through that.
there must be some sort of mechanism to control them.
You don't need a warp. You also cannot kill Cornelia.
Oh my, what a charming guest. Let me take care of you.
Okay. If there is any chance at all being able to get Felix over to Ingrid, I want to.
More fighting.
I'll cut through.
That's where I should move you to.
He'll cut through.
He'll cut through.
I'm awake.
He's awake.
This is probably gonna lead to Felix's death, but that just means I'll have to undo it. You'll only be able to get attacked by 2 things here. Just don't die, Felix.
Felix, why? You've betrayed His Majesty, Glenn, and Lord Rodrigue. You've betrayed just about everyone.
You couldn't possibly understand. If you're going to stand in my way, I'll have to kill you. Where's my weapon?
Yeah, okay. Oh, but seriously, I actually, this'll work. This will actually work.
Sorry.
Okay, that one didn't work, but this one will.
I owe you.
That'll give Linhardt just a tiny bit more in his warp. Or not, maybe.
I'll cut through.
Here, but I gotta change the weapon to his lightest thing, yeah. What's her attack speed? 30 sec.
Trapped. What's my strategy?
Okay.
For the Empire.
Help clean up that area a bit first, Edelgard, and then I can warp Felix in.
I'm awake.
Sunshine.
And have no issues.
I'll cut a bloody path.
Yeah.
I'll cut through.
Just need you to do a little bit of cleanup. Cool. Now I can do that exact same strategy. That was the wrong thing. Bruh. Bruh.
Sunshine.
Gambit. I might have to have Edelgard attack as well.
I'm awake.
Yeah, I'll keep that. We'll see. And there should be a place where only Ingrid can attack.
I'll cut through.
For the Empire.
There we go. Just like that.
More fighting.
Okay, I still technically need a little bit of luck. Or else he's gonna get yoinked by Ingrid still. Oh, she can't reach Ingrid. Now I just need to eliminate these trolls. I'll just do that. And hope you get critical. It's easier. Yep, just like I thought and hoped.
I'll cut a bloody path.
Cut a bloody path.
A bloody path.
I could.
Cool, let's see.
Felix, what?
You need to get a guard. Okay, you bing bong. Yeah, he needed a Pavise.
Felix, you're supposed to cut through.
Exactly. Sigh.
For the Empire.
The things I go through just so I can actually get Felix the epic, hopefully epic dialogue of killing his friends. Because I thought he had better dialogue.
I'll cut a bloody path.
It's a path and it's bloody.
There is.
I'll cut through. I'm awake.
Sunshine.
More fighting. What's my strategy?
Any reason to move those people yet? Nope! Still none.
Understood.
Thanks, game. I think the easiest thing is going to be to have to get Felix directly to Ingrid. Beautiful. This thing is actually weak to swords.
Straight. Thanks.
Boom. There's another commander. I didn't know there was another commander. I didn't realize Gwendol was here. There's not another commander, is there? No. I got enough commander surprises, though. To last like a lifetime of this game. As it was, I was not expecting to see old man Gwendol here. That got me. That's funny. That's funny.
Does a whelp like you really expect to kill me?
No, he came in and hit you.
I am Gwendol, the Grey Lion.
I didn't ask.
A knight by the hand of Count Rowe.
I still did not ask.
You look like a human, not a lion.
So true. Boom. Now Felix gets warped all the way there.
I will protect Aryan Road to the bitter end. This I have promised to my ancestors, to His Majesty. and to myself.
There, let's hope Ingrid moves. Yeah, I know you kill that schmuck. Then you can ideally kill this schmuck. Oh, nice, nice. Keep getting level ups. Yeah. Hubert, you can kill Gwendol. Oh, never mind, you can't. What? Bro, what was that? Okay, just don't die, Felix. Don't die.
Felix, what? You've betrayed.
You couldn't.
Can you use restore? Thank you.
Too slow.
Dingus.
I'll cut through.
Cut through.
Not quite.
Bingus.
I'll cut through.
Too slow. More fighting.
Bingus.
Or maybe I've become like him.
Wait, you don't have any dialogue feel? Oh my god.
For the Empire.
No point in any of that? Ugh. I hate when there's no point. Mean when there's no point.
Great.
Me when? Me when point doesn't exist.
So this is as far as I could get.
Me when this chapter takes twice as long as I thought it
All
would.
is in accordance with this carefully crafted script of ours. What a masterpiece. What a delightful dance.
Victory is ours. Aryan Road has fallen. Another army will take control of Aryan Road. As for us, we will take all of the military force we can muster and advance to the kingdom capital of Ferdiad. It won't be long before all of Fodlan is unified. Everyone, this is our last push. Our goal is within reach. What turn of events has brought you so suddenly to Garreg Mach, Uncle?
Well, my business in the old Alliance territory had roughly finished. I wanted to see the face of my niece, who so bravely took Aryan Road. I have heard that it was done with truly magnificent tact, and that you even deceived some of your allies.
I'm happy to have earned your praise. However, to say that I deceived my allies is a bit misleading. I despise leaks of information, and there may have been a church rat hiding amongst our ranks.
Ah, I see. However, there are some unfortunate consequences. Cornelia surely planned to betray them, but she has been struck down. Truly wasteful meddling. Unless... was it your intention to kill her?
Indeed, we came only to kill our enemies. She used a terrible magic weapon. Dolls that she could move and fight with. Did you know about them?
Well now, if that were the case, would it not have been better to keep her as an ally? If you are only capable of such
she attacked Dusty,
this
being
dark
Dust.
cloud might hang over the Empire's future as well.
Thank you for
I
your
don't really
concern.
think she would have been up to the
However,
thought
I will
of
sweep aside any darkness
wanting to
that
join
comes
us
our way.
necessarily.
She's one the Garthans. The
that the
Garthans are
Empire will not
quote unquote
become
working
another
with the Empire. That's what Arendelle's
Another
telling her
Aryan
about.
Just what do you
Well, yeah,
mean?
but her personality.
I must take my leave now.
Trust me, if she was
Farewell.
told to side of the Edelgard, she would have.
Lady Edelgard, there you are. We just received some truly shocking news. It is said that pillars of light have rained from the heavens.
And there's no cutscene.
and
How
disintegrated
amazing!
Aryan Road.
Disintegrated?
It was likely some type of magic. Perhaps a forbidden art.
Hubert, give me the full report.
My apologies. I, of all people, should be able to control my discomposure. The pillars of light descended and exploded, resulting in the complete destruction of the main building and the north wall. It is believed that all key people within House Row, including its leader, were killed. Of the Imperial officers and men we kept at Aryan Road, about a third are unaccounted for.
It can't be true. So, this is my uncle's trump card. In exchange for striking down Cornelia, he has destroyed Aryan Road.
Perhaps we acted too soon in our disposal of Cornelia.
No. If we'll be fighting them soon, there's no disadvantage to weakening their forces. It's also extremely valuable that we forced them to show their hand. Hubert, the investigation you made into the legend of Aelel, the Valley of Torment, this is likely what took place back then as well.
Yes. The probability is high. North of Garreg Mach, there is a valley where the earth is always aflame. Once javelins of light fell from the sky there. He pierced the earth and set the forest ablaze, creating the land of torment. We believed it may have been the work of the goddess. But it was actually an attack by those who slither in the dark. That sums up all that we know.
By gifting us that knowledge, those who died at Aryan Road will not have died in vain.
Indeed. It would be good to control the flow of this information.
True. We'll conceal this from everyone as best we can. I trust you, my teacher. I'm sure everyone has heard about what transpired at Aryan Road. The Church has displayed their cowardice by indiscriminately using forbidden practices to kill the residents there. Their victims also include members of House Row, the Imperial Army, and many, many more.
According to our investigation, the forbidden attack that destroyed Aryan Road cannot be used again so quickly. Even so, we cannot delay our efforts. We must put a stop to all of this by the end of next month. The leader of one of the Imperial factions has already initiated an attack on the Fraldarius territory lost by Rodrigue. Soon all obstacles blocking our path to Ferdiad will have vanished.
A cornered animal is at its most deadly. We must move quickly. Next, we march through the Tailtean Plains. After that, we destroy Ferdiad. At that time, complete Imperial control over Fodlan will finally be a reality.
Oh, I'm shaking with excitement! Bring on the battle!
I understand that a confrontation is inevitable. Still, I wonder if there's some path we could take that would cause less suffering.
This is the only path for the goal we are reaching for. And so we must keep walking on it. We are walking down the path to a better tomorrow.
A cornered church? Well, count me out from any forbidden sorcery that can destroy whole cities. If only there was an easier way to get more information on crests.
If you've noticed,
you are as negative
we
as
have
usual,
no relics, YouTube.
We have but one order.
Other than
emerge victorious.
the one from Felix, the one from
If we lose everything,
Sylvain.
terrible forever. Oh no way! We can't let that happen.
There's a lot to worry about, but I'm sure it will all work out.
And the Sword of the
We'll win
Creator.
No matter what.
The Empire just doesn't have any, YouTube. Because Amir's not real. Amir is created by the Agarthans. It's not one of the relics. It's a fake relic. It's arguably more powerful. We haven't used it yet, but it has an extremely strong combat art.
Part 2. Crimson
Yeah!
Flower. Great Tree Moon.
Actually, I do have a really
Field
good
of
reason for
Revenge.
liking this map. Are we going to get to see a cutscene of my favorite character in this game?
With the capture of Arian
We haven't
Road
seen
complete,
Dimitri yet in
the
this
Imperial
entire route,
army
if you've
moves
noticed,
to invade
Seth.
the kingdom capital.
Yeah.
They plot to send troops toward now vulnerable House Fraldarius territory and plan to attack Ferdiad from two sides.
Yeah, YouTube, we still are going to do supports, which means this is going to be a real behemoth of a video. Because I got to do at least some of them this video, because the next chapter is going to take a while since I'm not using the Viscum. Dimitri time? Dimitri time? Is it time for Dimitri to do...
Arian Road has fallen.
Look at him. He has two eyes.
I swear that I will not allow your death to be in vain.
The scouts have just now returned. Seems the Imperial army is marching toward the kingdom capital. Are you certain about this, Dimitri? As king, do you think it wise to intercept them yourself?
No need to worry yourself. Even if I am defeated, the Blathed bloodline will live on. And the kingdom's territory
Is that Dimitri's way of saying he has a child?
If the castle
I
falls
don't know.
under siege, our loss is inevitable.
He had no
I will
siblings.
deploy my army onto the plains
And
wait
all
for the
family
enemy.
members that I know of
Please
his are
position your
dead,
forces
so...
that they can flank the Imperial army.
Yes. Given the present situation, making the plains
That's just such
our
a minor
battlefield
line, but
is
it
a
has
logical
major
choice.
implications.
I have no objection.
It means he's the only...
However,
If he does have a child, that means he's the only Three Houses Lord that has a child at all. During the course of both games, all routes. Crimson Flower Dimitri is
I
the
will
only
take
one
you
with a
at your
child.
word. Erasing the other child's existence is my task, and mine alone. I will get you back, Mother. I promise.
What do you think, Lady Edelgard? Will they shut themselves inside of Ferdiad?
They will try to intercept us. Of course, Ferdiad will not fall so easily. Even so, if we were to cut off their supply line with a large army, it would eventually fall. It makes much more sense for them to wager everything on a victory at the Tailtean Plains. The same plains where the so-called divine Seros defeated Nemesis, the King of Liberation, in a comeback victory over 1,000 years ago. And about 400 years ago, the hero Lugh created the kingdom by defeating the Emperor of the time on those very plains. Their goal must be to recreate that scene.
Yes, I suppose so. Although the Imperial army is powerful, if we were to compare the strength of our best to the best of the Knights of Seros, we would likely come up short. The Kingdom's army and House Blathed are also renowned for their unmatched persistence. On the battlefield, it can be assumed that their one and only goal will be to strike you down.
Are you telling me to stay off the battlefield?
Naturally. You are their aim, Your Majesty. You must know it only makes sense to keep you out of their reach.
And you must know that, at a time like this, I absolutely cannot withdraw.
Of course I know that. That is why I will refrain from asking you again to stay away from the battlefield.
The Immaculate One, descendants of the 10 elites, and other extremely fearsome foes await us. But with the help of our friends, we have a chance of defeating them. We're the only ones who can. Within our group, I am included among those with the kind of strength we need to win. I absolutely will not remove myself from the front lines. Professor, you have that same strength as well, whether or not you realize it yet. As Emperor, I must not die in this war, and it would be unacceptable to lose you as well. Until the very end, we'll survive this trial together. Understood?
Okay. Let's gamer. There's actually one place I keep forgetting to show you in the Monastery YouTube. The 3rd floor. Rhea's room. Hallway that goes both sides. You got the actual bedroom, but we don't care. What we care about is there's no reason to be in the balcony. There's literally no reason for this to exist in this game. I don't know why they spent time building this area up here. Anyways, I actually am just gonna go through in a line and do supports just because it makes it easier for me to see how many are
Nice
left.
place, isn't it, Professor? Standing here, you can almost feel the
I need to
goddess's
change the
absence.
outfit since that's
The
just an
discount on
academy
what dwells
outfit I'm
within
buying
you, of
less.
course. Do you think some punishment would rain down from the sky if this monastery were to be destroyed? Of course not. Even if the so-called Immaculate One came back here for revenge, that would only be a result of this war, not the work of a deity. If it is between love and hate, then I would choose the latter. The goddess failed to properly govern this world. That is why it is necessary for Lady Edelgard to become the supreme leader of Fodlan. Those with power must use it wisely. Is that not a teaching of the Church of Seros? It's absurd to preach to others what you cannot practice yourself. That is logical, but I am afraid your logic is informed by your humanity. That is not the case for inhuman creatures with lifespans well beyond our own. We must fight to preserve what makes us human. You are the one closest to the enemy. I wonder if you will be able to maintain your humanity to the end. You make it sound easy. I find myself trusting you, even with my life. I've already dedicated my life to Lady Edelgard. To throw my lot in with you is inconceivable. But if I had 2 lives to give, I might devote one of them to you. We could be a couplet of birds, flying alongside the sovereign of Black Eagles.
What an interesting way of looking at life. Ah, it is you. Just at the right time. Oh, is it nighttime already? I must have gotten carried away. There is something I wanted to discuss. Something about you. I am starting to believe that you are a true hero. You hold the Lost Crest, you wield the sword of the Creator, and you lead everyone in battle against great enemies. Not only that, but you are a strategist. You stand alongside rulers, supporting them, advising them. You do not seem particularly ambitious, and yet you accomplish so much.
Because we're technically dead.
I am not exaggerating. Everything I said is true. I have been reading about the history of Fargus, you know. The kingdom's founder, Lug, the king of lions, had 2 advisors. One of them was Pan, the undesiring strategist. According to historical records, Pan wanted nothing for himself. He devoted himself entirely to Lug. He had tremendous power, but he never seemed concerned about his legacy. So in the old chronicles, there is hardly any mention of Pan's deeds. All that we know is that he helped Lug, his friend and leader. It is not surprising that you have never heard of him. I did not even know his name until recently. But when I watch how you conduct yourself, I feel that I am seeing the unknown deeds of Pan. It is only a thought, of course, but it makes me feel rather happy. Even if it is not in the pages of a history book, a life can be full of achievement. I know that I will never be greater than Edelgard. She will always surpass me. I am what I am. Like you and this undesiring strategist, I will do what I am called to do, even if no mark of me remains in the history books.
I can't believe how long it's been since I left home. Since I was dragged out of the house, I mean. 5 whole years. It's weird to think about. No. But if you'd asked me that 5 years ago, I'd have said the opposite. I have friends here, and I have you. The monastery's become a second home to me. Back then, I never would have dreamed a day like this would come. It's all thanks to you. You've given me a second chance at life. If not for you, I never would have gotten used to leaving my room, let alone the monastery. Maybe the battlefields just dulled my senses. I'm much better with strangers and new places now, though. I don't panic nearly as much as before. A new place? All on my own? That sounds like a tough assignment. Where did this come from all of a sudden? Hey, hold on. You're teasing me, aren't you? Please don't joke around like that anymore. It's torture for me. You're still not taking me seriously. I mean it. Promise me you won't do that again. Friends respect each other's feelings, don't they? Good. I'll hold you to that. You're absolutely not allowed to send me out anywhere on my own. Got it? You would need to come with me. If you're with me, I can go anywhere in the world.
Aww.
No, that defeats the purpose. Why can't you do
Oh,
what
I
I'm
thought that was the
saying?
right one.
Oh, that's enough. I need some time alone.
I thought I got the correct answer there. Apparently I didn't. So whoops.
This may seem a bit sudden, but I want to thank you, Professor. That is, for letting me live my life the way I want. I've noticed you've been giving me fewer of those soul-revealing gazes lately. I appreciate you making an effort to not trouble yourself over who I spend my time with. Well, of course. Did you think I wouldn't notice? It's kind of sweet in its own way. Professor, may I tell you a story about when I was younger? I was an orphan, living in the back alleys of Enbar, until one
I'm
day
gonna
I
play
was
devil's
overheard singing.
advocate, yes.
That was when my new life began. I was suddenly a songstress in the Middle Frank Opera Company. performers, nobility. I met so many people. But none of them ever really knew me. I was just some young, pretty girl who could sing. A spectacle to be admired. Even though everyone praised my looks and my voice, and they showered me with gifts, I knew one day I'd be old. My looks would fade, my voice would change. I wouldn't sound the same. And I started to wonder, when I did get old, what would I have left? I'd be old, alone, and back on the streets of the capital, right where I'd started. You can never be certain about what the future will bring. I never had much to begin with in life, and I worry that one day I'll be that way again. That's why I keep searching for someone who will love me. Someone unaware of the songsters, who can love a girl that used to be scared and alone on the streets of the capital. I wonder if such a strange person can even exist.
Professor, please do not be concerned. I just did too much overworking and lost my strength. Yes, I have no problems. Accept my apology for giving you worry. I have sorrow. I am sorry to be fainting at a time like this. Even though I was not asking for your care and attention, you gave it willingly. I am thinking that is incorrect. Will you have a listen to me? There is something that I must be saying. I am thinking you already have knowledge of why I came to Fodlan. Not for studying, but as a hostage for the Empire. So that Bridget would not be rebelling anymore. It feels like a knife against my throat. That I am making my grandfather obey the Empire. Because I am a hostage, it is not an option to be giving up. I must be fighting, and winning, and staying alive. I must do anything to be making life better for Bridget. To be making Bridget and the Empire stand as equals. That is what my people are wanting from me. And what my grandfather, the King of Bridget, is wanting. My want? I am not knowing of that. The wants of my people are something I have power to achieve. Their wants are my own. What I really want... I have understanding. Wait, no, I actually do not have understanding. Yet. What I am
I'll be right back. I'm
understanding
gonna
is
use the
that there is
bathroom.
something I am not understanding. Before the war is over, I will have understanding. That you can be counting on.
It's so nice just using this for thumbnail image because I don't have to say thumbnail image. They don't have to pay. Like, if I'm busy doing other things than editing, it doesn't mean I'm like, oh crap, I missed the thumbnail image. I need to rewatch it all and all that
through the air.
stuff. It makes my life slightly
I am in
easier.
awe.
Yeah, this is one of the longest videos in the series, YouTube. I know.
It may bring about my end. So weak. That weakness will be your end. Long ago, when the Death Knight saw you in the Holy Mausoleum, I came to an understanding that it is you, and you alone, who are capable of slaying me. Only you, with your sword, can do it. Upon reflection, I can see that our encounter was fated to happen. Ever since then, I've been thinking. Why, indeed? Why was the Death Knight fixated so fervently upon you? At that moment, he fell under your spell. You who wields the sword of the Creator. And now, as I fight alongside you, I too fall victim to your spell. That I am unable to fight you is truly regrettable. Now is not the time. Uniting Fodlan and overthrowing the church are mere trivialities to me. All I truly need is you. You and nothing else. Perhaps that is true, viewed in a certain light. And please, don't get yourself killed by some foolish brigands. You must live, that we might fight one another to the death. I must know which one of us will emerge victorious. For now, I will have to use my imagination and savor the potential outcomes of that future. I can see it now. You swiftly dodging my blade, and then at last, your sword piercing my flesh. I stumble to the ground, gasping for air, breathing my last. Or perhaps my blade will pierce you first.
Alright, I'm back.
That is enough. I must refrain from such fantasies. They make my urge to slay you all the stronger. It is enough to stand by your side while I await that day of true pleasure. Indeed. You and I are fated to be intertwined. I will follow you to the very gates of hell.
Another failure! How? Was there an error in my calculations? I had precious few materials as things stood. Where will I get more once these run out? Oh, don't act so rueful. You carried out my directions faithfully. Neither the credit nor the blame ought to be yours. My grand achievement is further away than I had hoped. House Nouvelle's future seems so dim. You're correct, of course. I mustn't be discouraged. It is hard to maintain one's patience after 5 years. But in the greater context of the history of House Nouvelle, 5 years is barely worth counting. I have been in a low place indeed to require so much reassurance.
I'm in a staring
And for
contest
your
with the dog.
reassurance, I am truly grateful. You have spurred me to continue my research. You've been useful to me in many ways, in fact. Research assistant, confidant, test subject. All of this is preparing you well for your greater role to come. My personal attendant. There are few as naturally servile as you in all of Fodlan. When House Nouvelle is at long last restored, we simply must find the proper position for you. Granted, this will be difficult, perhaps even impossible to accept, given your current status. But I rarely let the impossible stop me. I shall see it all done. The restoration of my house, installing you as my servant, and more. Are you ready for the next steps? Oh, come now. My sulk ended minutes ago. Do keep up. But on the rare occasion that I find myself at a loss, I grant you permission to lift my spirits. I don't know that I care for the hint of resignation in your tone, but no matter. I expect you to do your all for the sake of my house nonetheless.
And that concludes my report.
Hubert, I can't shake the feeling that you're keeping more secrets from me.
I have told you before, there are secrets even I am unwilling to share.
I remember. However, I am the Emperor now. If the Minister of the Imperial Household does not obey his orders, I have the right to execute him.
I fear you have misunderstood me, Your Majesty. It is true that I am officially your minister, but such titles are of little significance to me. I serve you purely out of personal devotion. Perhaps there was a time when I served the Imperial line due to my duty as a member of House Vestra. But since you returned from the kingdom, my loyalty has been to you alone.
I see. Then you are unwilling to obey my orders as Emperor?
Correct. If you prefer to treat this formally, then charge me with a crime. I will gladly offer up my neck to the executioner.
You know I would never do such a thing, and that I pay no heed to the title you bear. It is your own presence and capabilities that I value so highly, Hubert. Titles are meaningless next to such things. Our families have no bearing on this matter, nor does the Empire itself.
In that case, Lady Edelgard, I ask you to turn a blind eye to my secrets. They're trifles, beneath your notice. Best I handle them alone. You should focus on the path ahead of you. The Scarlet Path I have carefully prepared. Whether that path is red with blood is not something you need trouble yourself over.
As Emperor, I'm obliged to accept that answer. However, as your friend, it irritates me to no end. You speak often of painting the path I walk, yet you do so in secret. I am the one you serve, but you refuse to let me in. I trust you, Hubert, and that is precisely why I want to know everything. Your secret hopes and burdens, all of it. If I'm truly the center of your world, then I wish you would trust me as well as I trust you.
Very well. You have me beaten. I will tell you as much as I am able. From the assassins I've eliminated, to the gold I've spent on bribes, to the identity of the one I love.
You? In love? Whoever could it... Oh, I've got it! I should have known all along!
You already suspect. I had really hoped to keep this secret from you.
Enough teasing. Tell me her name, Hubert.
It is you, Lady Edelgard. Did you ever really doubt?
Hubert, you never cease to surprise me.
Too bad I'm cock blocking Hubert. I mean, I'm actually playing female by left, so I guess I'm technically not cock block. Well, yeah, I guess I am because I'm blocking his. Yeah, okay, no, I'm still cock blocking Hubert. Yeah.
A perfect balance of rich.
Did Edelgard just politely friend zone him?
I think so.
Hello, Ferdinand. You seem to be in a good
I'm
mood.
curious. I'm gonna read their paired ending to see if it is romantic.
Perhaps you expected me to hold a grudge against
Yeah,
you after
YouTube.
our
I'm all of a sudden got addicted to reading paired endings. If only I could do that with Fire Emblem Engage.
I took it hard at the time, I will confess.
That's one of my biggest complaints with Engage, by the way. It doesn't have paired
or even
endings.
surpassed you.
At first I didn't
But
mind,
you
but
showed
now that
me
I'm
that I
actually
do not
reading
come
all these
close
paired
to matching
endings and
your
I'm having a
talents.
good time with it,
Yet a true
I
noble
do
does
care
not give
now.
up in the face of defeat. I will continue my training, and one day I will be an elite warrior. That is the path I must take, as a noble and a man of honor.
You really are in a good mood. Your determination is admirable.
Yes, one day I will surpass your abilities, and I will defeat you in combat.
Ferdinand, there's something I've been meaning to say to you for a while now. Honestly, I couldn't care less that you are of noble birth. Your fierce determination doesn't come from your bloodline. It's your own doing. The reason I value you and want to be friends with you is because of who you are, not who your family is.
I have something I would like to say to you, too. Certainly we must recognize the common folk who strive for greatness and attain it. But for those of us born into nobility, things are more complicated. From birth, nobles must excel. If we do not, we will be forced out of our houses. This environment breeds superior individuals, and they in turn recreate the rigorous environment for their own children. Without that cycle,
the Edelgard Hubert paired ending does have a hint of romance. It doesn't explicitly say it, but it says that eventually after Edelgard's successor is put into power, that they just vanish together.
If you insist upon undoing the nobility, then we must build.
Okay, now I'm curious about the Edelgard Ferdinand one.
We can provide free education for all, and then select the highest performing students for more intensive training and tutoring. I truly believe that people are products of their environment.
Finding a way to educate the people. Interesting. I'm impressed by how much thought you've given this. No matter what shape the world takes, I'm sure I'll always need people like you by my side. People with strong principles who will argue with me and force me to consider ideas that are contrary to my own.
Yes, exactly. Finally, Edelgard, you appreciate how important I am to your cause.
This is the last support of this video. We're going to do a ton next video as well, YouTube. Next video is going to be long as well.
I have to tell
because I literally have no other time that I could do these supports.
Do you know what my ancestor Derek von Eyre said after your ancestor defeated him? He said, "You are an imperial beauty. Please, accept me as your husband."
Halt, Ferdinand. There's a time and a place for everything. But that time is not now.
Oh, I love Ferdinand. I love him. Anyways, there's something I wanted. Of course, he's freaking there.
They used to call my father the Shield of Fargus. Now he's gone, and Aryan Road has fallen. Yet the Knights of Seros remain, as does the Boar. What terrifies me most is his stubbornness. He'll keep on fighting to the last man. He's a monster. I've seen it firsthand.
That's it. Okay, goodbye, YouTube. Bye.